Hello, YouTube fans. This is TheSkullKlown. Now, I want to talk about my childhood. I made a video not that long ago that I haven't uploaded, and I will upload it hopefully soon. Hopefully, I don't forget about it. I made a video talking about how do you know you're the chosen one, and it just caught me thinking other things in my life when I was younger. When I used to live in Long Island, New York, that's probably why you can tell I have this accent, basically. Eventually, I moved to Indianapolis, Indiana, right? Um, I got bullied a lot. Not in school, outside of school. Um, I used to basically hang out with the wrong crowd, and they've always, every day, every day I get beat up. The first time I met them, they put dirt in my hair, rocks, little pebbles in my hair. That was the first time I ever went through something that fucked up. Because at the time, I didn't went through a lot of fucked up shit because I was still a kid and everything like that. Things were so pure and all that stuff, you know. And I'm not trying to make excuses or anything like that. I just want to tell you my story, you know. So all of a sudden, they just kept pecking on me. Um, every time I was around, they were like, "Get him!" and they ran to me and picked on me. Then eventually beat me up. Eventually, I did fall back, but it had a. I snapped, basically. I had a snap for me to like fight, but I didn't fight. You know, I just defended myself to like hit the person, and then the person was like, "Good," laughed and said, "Good." We were kids, by the way. I want to tell you that right now. We were kids, by the way. Um, I remember as a kid when even my grandmother saw me getting beat up. Obviously, she said something because it's my grandmama. At first, she thought the kids were playing with me, but then she saw them fighting me, and she was like, "What the fuck?" And then obviously they made fun of me. Or be like, "Oh, if your grandma was around, beat your mom up and shit like that." The reason I say this is because it's something that I've always been through. When I moved to Massachusetts, I live here right now, Polish, Massachusetts. When I live here right now, I didn't went through that, but I went through something different that's probably even worse. What's worse? Easy. People thinking that you're nothing but look. I was labeled with ADHD. All right, so that and my mother, when she tells people, she whispers, "He has a learning disability," like that, like that. Um, Stuff like that always pissed me off because I was smarter than what everyone thought I was. That's why I tell these wicked beings that you know that I'm dangerous because you know that I'm not what my family and friends think I am. And I've always talked to people. I try to talk to people about it, but they always say like, "Oh no, that's not what I think of you," and all this shit. But actions speak louder than words, man. They really do. I always felt alone, to be quite honest with you. Always, I always felt alone. Even still, to now, I still feel alone. Good thing I grew spiritually to know that I am going to find my tribe. If you hear noises, that's my fan. So, I forgot to mention that. But it's just something that I went through, man. It's not. I'm just making this video just to tell you guys. I feel like I had to get this out because not that long ago I was talking to my friend, and because remember when I told you that my brother-in-law attacked me and eventually put a knife on me and shit like that. I didn't went too much in detail, but that's basically what happened. And my friend pointed out, like, he grabbed you and everything like that. And I was just like, look, I've been beat up all my life, dude. I told him that. I'm like, I've been beat up all my life, dude. I told him I don't tell nobody this, but yeah, I've been beat up all my life. For crying out loud, man. I just told you, little kids, little kids, man. When I was a kid, literally grabbed dirt and sand and put them in my hair because they didn't like me. As a kid, I didn't understand and understand why. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. The only thing that I found dark before that shit happened to me was when I saw something on TV about wars and all this shit and Hitler and all that stuff and how many people dying on this planet and shit like that. Literally, when I was a little kid, guys, I'm shit you not, my intuition, I literally screamed out, that's not supposed to happen. Because it was never like this on this planet. Okay? So when that stuff did happen to me as a kid, I was just like, I just obviously didn't get it. And I had parents that I was the only boy. I'm saying that right now. I have 2 sisters. Right now I have 3 sisters and a brother. But at the time, it was just me and my sister. And a lot of shit was happening to me. I couldn't talk to my parents about some of the stuff that was happening to me. At one point, I told my dad, I was just crying because the next door neighbor was also picking on me. Everyone was picking on me. Everyone. The kids across the street, the kids next door, everyone from the right hand side was fucking with me. I try to make friends on some kids over there and shit like that. Some people were cool, on the front side of me, but the left side of me, no one didn't care about me. No one didn't care about me, man. No one didn't give a shit. If I died that day, they wouldn't care. And the thing is, too, I had such a pure heart that I wanted to see them change, and I tried so hard to be their friend. I was a kid, man. I remember that. Remember, I was a kid. Right now, I'm 30 years old. I don't look like I'm 30, right? My avatar body is 30 years old. My soul is ancient as fuck. Saying that right now. But when I was younger, when this avatar body was younger, man, I went through a lot of shit. I used to hang out with family members, man, that didn't beat me up or anything like that. No, that I felt isolated with, mainly because I just felt different around them. And if what we call it didn't feel like it was your tribe. I was lost a long time ago, man. I was the black sheep since day one. Again, going back to a lot of your friends and family thinking that, thinking that you're lower than what you think. I mean, than you know. You know, there's there's always people that will always think, and I've already accepted this. There's always people that are going to think you are something that's nothing. I've been like that all my life, right? And that hasn't changed. That hasn't changed. The only difference is that these wicked beings know what I am, and that's what matters the most. Because I don't give a fuck what other people think. Because at the same time, they don't know what I am. So that's why, for crying out loud, ever since everywhere I go, people look at me and started giggling and shit like that for no reason. For no reason. Like, do I amuse you? For example, there's no reason for you to look at somebody from far away and laugh at them. No, seriously. There's no reason for that. There isn't. There isn't. You're a grown ass fucking adult and you're doing that? That's how you know those people are fucking lost and hurt themselves. Because they don't know themselves. They don't. They don't know themselves. And I feel like crying right now, but I'm finding it very hard to not tear up right now. Because you guys don't know the bullshit I went through as a child. And I'm not saying you should feel sorry for me or anything like that. I'm not making this video for that. I'm just making this video for people that wanna that's been through something like this. You know, going back to what my dad said a long time ago when I was a child. When I probably did mention this, but I keep always sometimes forget when the next door neighbor kid, when they were making fun of me and also his friend, they were making fun of me and shit like that. They grabbed my gloves, they put snow on it. They were like, "Here, have it." But there was going to be snow anyways. They'd be like, "Oh, screw you," and they throw it all the way over there for me to grab it because if I went over there, I knew they were going to beat me up. Every day I didn't learn, man. Every day I didn't learn. Every day I kept thinking, maybe this time, maybe this time, maybe this time. It just never dawned on me, man. It never clicked in. That's how much pure hearted I was, man. And I had to be in a crowd of people that didn't fucking like me to know that it wasn't like that. That there was people around here that just don't give a fuck about you and want you fucking dead and want you to be miserable. Just because the way you look, just because the way you talk, or just because the way you walk, or because some disability that you were labeled with. There was a lot of things. Going back to what I said, when the neighbor kid through my glove because it was snow, winter and shit like that. I ring the doorbell. My father opens the door because we're right next to my house. He's my next door neighbor. He's with my uncle, and I'm crying. And my dad is like, my dad was like, "You see, you shouldn't make friends like that." And he's like, "See, that's what you get." Maybe that's not what my father should have never said, but he said it like that. You know how parents are. They say some things, especially your fathers, and they think that they say it just to either toughen you up or make you feel like, oh, that's what you need to hear. But in reality, that's not what you're supposed to hear. You're supposed to comfort your child. Your child just went through. Your child literally got, literally gets beat up and literally gets bullied. You didn't do anything to stop it. You want to know something really fucked up? You want to know something really fucked up? I got invited, right? The whole kids, basically, from the whole the kids of the neighborhoods. By the way, these are not white kids. By the way, these are all brothers and sisters. They're not Hispanic, by the way. These are all brothers and sisters that what we call black, so-called black. Because that's the neighborhood I used to live in. I used to live in a Sephiroth home back in the day before I lived in the ghetto. You know, I had a bike, right? Probably was a little bit too old to have a small bike, but I had it. I I go because basically everyone in the whole neighborhood gets invited to have like a pool party or some shit like that, right? So I get invited, right? The whole neighborhood comes after me. The whole block of kids. The parents weren't there. That's the thing. That this is what I'm talking about. No parents were around every time some shit happened to me. No parents. Not higher authority. Not a one time. The one time there were a couple of adults that would like say sorry to him and shit like that, and they said sorry, but obviously they didn't mean it. That was one time though. One time out of all the fucking times I got fucked up really bad. For crying out loud, there was a grown ass teenager, probably like 15 years old, that picked me up and literally F5'd me on the fucking ground, on the grass. I was like 6 or 7 years old, or 8. I was literally around that age. And this motherfucker picked up a fucking 6 or 9 year old and did an F5 on him on the fucking grass. I screamed like a bitch. My next door neighbor grabbed me and threw me. Hit his it's kind of funny when I think about it. I hit his toy box, and his toys were literally stabbing the shit out of me, and I was crying. He's like, "Shut the fuck up!" He was literally like that, and I stood shut because I screamed, and he's like, "Shut the fuck up!" This is the type of environment I was in as a kid. Some idiot out there is going to be like, "Oh, God made you go through that so you could be a tough person." Some moron is going to fucking say that shit. Some piece of shit motherfucker is going to say that shit. I'll say this right now. If you're one of those motherfuckers, come to my house and I'll show you the rage and fury that I have inside of me, man. Most people are like, "Oh, you haven't let that go," and stuff like that. No, 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 no. There's a difference between letting it go and having that range of fury that build up, mainly because your higher self is just fucking sick of it. There's a difference. I can let go of certain things, man. I can meditate and let that shit all go, man. But there's a reason why I'm talking about this shit, man. I usually don't do this, man. I'm dead serious. And I was annoying to some kids, man. Just like today, when I tell my friends and family about this enlightenment stuff and stuff like that, they look at me. If I was if we were kids, they literally would throw me in the locker or throw me in the fucking goddamn toilet. And then they're gonna say, "No, man, that's fucked up." I'm like, really, really? You just say that because you went through that, man. And I'm like, really? What's the difference of that and you not listening to me because, oh man, oh chill, chill, man, chill, be quiet. No one just want to listen to that. Be ignorant. And then when I say that, people want to get mad at me. It can't be helped, man. We got to know it can't be helped with some of our brothers and sisters around here, man. It can't be. They can't be helped. They can't be helped. They can't be helped. And then people like me suffer, man. I see. I didn't know at the time that I knew I was the chosen one, because you need to figure that out. No one's not going to tell you it, man. I'm not going to tell you the chosen one. You need to figure that shit out. I know I am, just because all the bullshit that I fucking went through. And thinking about it now, since I'm an adult, I don't want no one to go through that. The reason I probably don't have a waifu and kids right now is because these wicked beings are here, and I don't want my fucking kids to be around when these wicked motherfuckers are around. You're not going to look at a glimpse of my fucking of my children. So fuck off. I want you out of this planet and out of my fucking goddamn realm, so I can have a future, so you don't have to look at my fucking future. You sick motherfuckers. That's another reason. That most people are like, oh, but we had children during slavery and shit like that, what people call slavery and shit. And I'm just like, I don't care, dude. Like, there's a difference when you know that's probably going to last a while, and there's a difference when you know this shit's going to last like that. Going back to what I was talking about. This is the shit that I went through, guys, as a child. Okay? This is the shit I went through as a child. You could say that I was always been targeted by people that just didn't like me, or other beings that look like you and me, but they would really not you and me, man. Was I always hanging out with wicked beings? I was just I was just so naive as a child, man. It's so pure, so innocent. I'm not saying they destroyed that. No, they didn't. That's what these wicked beings try to do. For crying out loud, man. Little kids. When I used to live with my mom, little kids went to my freaking mom's house on the window and put bitch. I had to draw a sigil for that shit not to happen, and it hasn't happened ever since. I told my mom about it, and she forgot about it, and she thought the kids did it. I'm like, no, mom, I did that. And she's like, why you did that? I'm like, because no one has to touch your house, right? Yeah, that's why. I put that there because if they did, they will die. They will get sick and die. And she's like, oh my god. I'm like, no, I'm dead serious. All right. This is the shit you need to know. This is the knowledge you need to know. Most people are like, will you do that to your brothers and sisters? If you're trying to attack me for no reason, especially if you got your fucking kid, you're gonna have instant karma, man. Instant karma by me. That's why I tell people, do not fuck with me. I don't care if you're a brother or a sister. I don't care if you're a fucking oak. I don't care if you're a Draco. I don't care I don't care if you're an aunt that's trying to fuck with me. You do not fuck with me. I don't fuck with you, so you should not fuck with me. Because if you fuck with me, I swear you will die or get fucked up so bad that you wish you died. Shit. That's why I tell these wicked ones. And that's why I tell a lot of people, man. What you saying? You want to attack me? You have no idea when it comes to the spirit shit, man. The spirit shit will literally have people fucking feel you. Crying aloud, here's an example. In my old grandmother's house, me and my brother-in-law went there, and I'm just like looking at the sun and shit like that, just going like, and the birds were literally saying thank you to me my brother-in-law was like, yo, what the fuck? He looked at me so creeped out, dude, and he literally went to my grandmother's house and he was looking. I told this story before. He was looking at me and I started laughing, man. I started laughing. This is the shit we can do. Not that long ago, it was raining like crazy out here, and my friend wanted me to get a few stuff. I was right under a tree. Gave you a nice, good closing area so it won't rain on you, you know? So there was a few grains that drops, but there was a few sections around where the tree was at that if grain went down, it wouldn't get you, you know? So I was right under that. And obviously these motherfuckers are trying to make it cold and everything like that, right? Trying to lower the frequency down. Obviously it's not walking. But when they were doing that, I literally was going like shutting the rain off and shit like that. And when it wasn't really happening, I was like getting to that angered state basically, but I had it in the tip of my gut basically right here. Have you ever watched the movie Ghosts? And that Patrick Swayze meets some other ghost guy, and the ghost guy is like, you need to get all your sadness, all your rage, and all your anger, and put it in your pit of your gut, and bah! Something moves. That's what I did. I just remember that moment from that movie, and I used it to my advantage, and the rain stopped. The rain stopped. I'm not fucking with you. The rain stopped. And I kept on going, went to the store, grabbed my shit, and left. And when I left the store, it was shiny like crazy, like it didn't rain, like it rained, like it didn't even fucking rain. I'm not playing with you. When I saw that shit, I'm just like, you see, that's why I'm the co-creator of my reality. No one can fucking stop me. When you know thyself and you know that shit, these motherfuckers can't do shit to you. Grammy H, shout out to that brother. Brother Seema pointed out that you need to be the God that they fear. And that's what I'm being. It's funny. Shout out to this brother, man, literally, because every time I do something, he makes a video that literally is in tune to what I am doing. And that's how I know I'm freaking connected to nature. And that's how I know I'm connected to mama, baby. Right? That's why sometimes I point out that sometimes I don't even have to watch Grammy Nature Series Temple's videos. I just use them as an example because I watch their videos. And just sometimes I don't even have to watch their videos because I just know what the fuck's happening, man. And the things that I was saying back in last year, it's happening right now. And even in the year after that too. If you've been on this channel for a long time, you know what I'm talking about. You'd be like, yes, everything that CHUCKY has been talking about has come true. Like I said, you're the co-creator of your reality, baby. You are the co-creator of your reality. Okay? I'm not saying I get everything right. Obviously, I'm not perfect, but when I know something is right deep and down and I see it, obviously I have to talk about it. Of course I have to talk about it. That's why I had to talk about some of the stuff that I mentioned in this video that I have to talk about. I just have to feel like I have to get it out of my gut, out of my chest. Because I feel like I haven't really told stuff like this in this channel. Because I feel like some of my brothers and sisters that go through this, I feel like they get lost. And I just want to tell you right now, brothers and sisters, I know how you feel. I've been lost all my freaking life, man. And we're going to find our tribe. We're going to find each other, baby. We're going to find each other, and we're going to make something fucking great, and no one has to bother us anymore, man. I'm dead serious. No one doesn't have to bother us. No one doesn't have to bother us. Someone tries to, we fuck them up. Seriously. Doesn't matter. No one should not mess with people that are in a way kind of like me. Because there are certain people in the world that are so pure-hearted that they go through so much bullshit that it's just like, what is left? Some people go through the hardest shit and they don't give a fuck anymore. They want to die. I'll say one thing. A long time ago, I wanted to hurt myself. Not anymore, obviously, but a long time ago, I wanted to die. I used to wake up every morning. You know, shout out to Bobby Hemming. When Bobby Hemming is like, you should be pissed off when you wake up in the morning. I used to be like that. When I wake up in the morning, I used to be so fucking pissed off that I did not die. That's how much I hated my life. That's not now, obviously. That was back then when I was a teenager going to 15, 16 and all that stuff. It stopped mostly when I was 17 and 18, you know, which was good because I did not want to be like that in my 20s. And thank goodness I was not. Thank goodness I was not. Oh, man. Oh, I took time with my 20s. You know, when people say, oh, once you hit your 20s, it goes by faster than your 30s. And then when you hit your 30s, it goes by faster. You know, and then when I hear that shit, I'm like, yeah, whatever, man. I'm going to take time with my 20s. You want to rush. Me, I want to wait. And some people that are in their 20s, they already have kids and shit like that. That's why shit goes fast. You know, nothing against anybody, but that's what happens, man. You pay attention to your kid growing up, and then before you know it, you're like in your 50s, and you're like, I got old fast. And it's like, yeah, no shit. Because you're paying attention to another life, dude. And woman, sister. So, if you ever went through stuff like this, just so you know you're not alone. And you're here to make something great. Fuck what anyone says. Fuck what the past says. Fuck what anyone in the past has to say. Because when they see you in the higher level, they're going to be the ones kissing your ass. And you're going to see right through it. You have two choices. In my opinion, let them fucking walk. They don't deserve the air you breathe. Or you can accept their shit and give them a chance. You know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. When you're constantly getting fucked over like shit like that, come on, man. I know some people might be like, oh, but I was a kid and shit like that. And they're like, I understand and understand, that's fine. But to protect my space, to protect me, I need to be not with you. That's for my tribe. That's for my insanity. And that's for my children. Because I don't want my children to be in front of none of that shit. Because if they do, you'll be the first one out of here, and I'll be making sure you do not come back. That's the shit that I'm talking about, man. When some people just don't grow the fuck up. I remember a long time ago, as a kid, I was looking at the people that fucked me, were beating me up every day, and I'm like, oh, these people are going to get arrested one day and be in prison. I wonder how they're doing now, because I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. I don't know. I don't know. You think I fucking care what they're doing now? Why should I fucking goddamn care? They didn't care about me when I was a kid. They didn't try to even care to try to be friends with me. I did. And I fucked myself even more for that. Joke's on me. I realize if you know the slang, you deserve a cookie. I realize my life is not a tragedy. It's a comedy. Oh, you shouldn't say that. What the Remedy H said, you need to be insane. Obviously, probably not insane as people say as insane, but I'm talking about insane as in what Remedy H is talking about. Shout out to, again, that brother. So, take care of yourselves, guys. Take care of yourselves. I'm dead serious. Take care of yourselves. And I'm going to say this one thing, too. Make sure your children don't go through that. And if they do go through that, talk to them, man. Just, like, kneel down and be in perspective, eye contact with them and talk to them. Because that's what I've done with my nieces and nephews. And now, since they're older, they respect the shit out of me. They look at me as a god. I'm not playing with you. And I'm not trying to be like that at all. but that's how they look at me now. Just because I took them down and literally took down and respected them and told them, yo, what's up? That's it. That's really it. That's what you got to do with these kids. They want you to be real with them, man. They don't want you to be fake. Once you sat down and you like eye-to-eye contact with them and you be real with them, guarantee you, they will never talk shit about you. They will look at you as a freaking like, or the only way they will fuck up certain things is if you fuck up, basically. Mainly because if they see you doing stupid shit, they're gonna look at you and be like, this is the person that enlightened me and all of this shit, and they doing this, you know? For example. So that's it, guys. Thank you coming for my TED talk. Oh, that's stupid shit. But thank you for watching my videos. I appreciate you guys. I value you guys. All right. And you guys deserve every positive energy that you deserve. Seriously. You do. All right. You deserve a good life. You deserve happiness. You deserve a beautiful husband, a beautiful waifu. All right. You deserve to have beautiful children. Seriously. You deserve to have everything that you want to manifest it. Okay. As long as it's beneficial to the heart and beneficial to our people and beneficial to the planet. Okay? And the galaxy. Okay? So be safe. Take care of yourselves. And I hope you guys know a little bit more about me from what I've said. And if you ever went through stuff like this, let me know. And I just want you to know, like I said again, you're not alone. You and I went through some bullshit shit that we didn't have to go through. Right? Seriously. And this is from our carbon folk. I just told you right now, man. Like this shit happened with not with Caucasians. This happened with my brothers and sisters. They did this shit to me. Nowadays, I keep a lot of secrets from people, man. From my family, from my friends now. I don't tell them this shit. So that's why I mentioned that I told my friend this. My friend was just like, he was in shock. It was just like, yeah. I thought I did told him. Maybe I did and he just forgot. But even that, you see that? I don't know. You know, that just tells me something, you know, sometimes. It's like, if they heard it the first time, why would they have to hear it again? Did they even care? You know? I don't know, man. Some people might be like, no, I did, and everything like that. I just didn't hear you. I'm just like, are you making excuses, or it's just that? You know? Because, look, I'll say this before I end this video. There was a wife, there was a, not a waifu, there was a woman I wanted to be with, and she drained the shit out of me to the point that she not drained me as like took my vibration. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about as like, you know, you think things are going to be great, you think things are going to be good, then she does something, or he, if you're a female and you want to be with a man and shit like that. Hey, you know, I don't care what your preference. You live your life. Some people might be like, but hey, your life is your life. So I'm not going to infringe on anyone's life. Calm the fuck down. All right. So when the person, what is it? When she's, damn man, I was trying to think of it because I'm losing track here. Sorry about that. Okay. When you find out she does something, get back with her ex or some shit like that. Like, like for example, if you thought that person, I mean, you thought they were single, and even if they put on their Facebook page they're single, you know, and then all of a sudden you look one day, and then they're back with their fucking ex, and you wonder what the fuck, and then you just get so inflated because you were already inflated to begin with when all of the bullshit happened with her. And then when you see that, you get so inflated so much that you just don't care. You just gave up on relationships. Then you have family members. Then you have family members that want you to be with somebody and be like, "Oh, I want a grandchild and everything like that before I'm gone." And it's like, plus in a spiritual alignment way, it's like, do you want me to bring a child here when these reptilian motherfuckers are here? I don't want them to eye. No, I don't want them to eye my child. You think this shit is game, but I know what the fuck's real. That's why I'm not having a child. Like I said before, I'm not trying to repeat myself, but it needs to be said again just because of that shit. What I mentioned, you know. As a man, I'm doing it to protect my family. I'm not doing it because these wicked beings and no, I'm doing it to protect my family. So when these motherfuckers are gone, I can start having a family. All right, and that shit's gonna happen soon, motherfuckers. All right. You think you're gonna fucking stay here, motherfucker? You're already telling us that you want to get rid of nature by 2025. That's how I know that tells me that you don't have time long to stay here. You can't even stay on this planet anymore, man. This is the worst place this is the worst place you have to be in now. You can't be in TMI anymore. TMI is the worst place to be in. All right? It's the worst place to be in. In any other galaxy, it's the worst place to be in right now. All right? Because these wicked ones are going to die and they're stuck. They're in a cage. They did that to themselves. You want to stay here? There you go. Now you stay here and you're going to see us evolve and go after you and fucking kick your ass. That's what we're going to do. Seriously. All right. So going back to that whole relationship stuff, when that shit happens to you, when you just get deflated, man, you just want to go back and just focus more on yourself. Because that's what matters more. Focus on you, man. Focus on you. Because no one's not going to love you than you. All right? And then you have these females out here, these sisters, that can't find a man. Look, my sisters, I want to tell you this. The reason you can't find a man is because people like me have been inflated and we just don't care anymore. We just don't care. We're tired. We're tired. We're tired of feeling heartbroken. We're tired of just going through the bullshit with women that we don't have to go through the bullshit to. And it makes me sad. It makes me want to cry. Because I should not take the bullshit from you women. You're supposed to be a compliment for the men, not the fucking not a, I don't want to get too deep into it, right? But man, it just saddens me, man. It really does. It saddens me. You women, you beautiful women, want to find a man, but other men that are like me just don't want to deal with it. We've been fucked over for too much. And that's not your lady's fault. Of course it's not your fault. Why would it be your fault? The only person it's fault is the previous woman that fucked us over. Because they didn't see the value in us. We saw the value in ourselves. And you see the value in us. It's just that you can't find anyone. Because they see the value in themselves and they rather stick alone than to be with anyone else. That's love right there, baby. But at the same time, you think these wicked beings don't want something like that? So we don't have to procreate and shit? I always say that's going to end. But I'm telling you, I, I got nothing against you, sisters. But we've been through too much. We've been too much headaches. And I have a headache just by talking about it. To be quite honest, I want to go to sleep right now. Literally, I just can't take it right now. I can't. I have like 21 Astro wives, to be quite honest with you. I do. And I can't take it. I do. I got 21 Astro wives. That's just from the wives that I found out that resonate with me, and I point them out before that some people will look at them and be like, "Oh, you got them from this anime or this series," and I'm just like, "How do you not know that these wicked beings saw your wife or your husband and they put them in your anime or movies?" See, you don't think about that shit. You don't think outside of the box, outside of the box, outside of the box, outside of the box, because you're scared. I don't know. So, yeah, safe to say, like, I'm not too worried about it, but at the same time, like, damn, man, like, in this realm, like, in other realms, you have other waifus and shit like that, but in this realm, it's like, damn, it's hey, if you know thyself, if you find out that you have other waifus, then congratulations. Be like me, I found out that I have more. I mean, that I have other waifus around. I'm gonna call them waifus that's what they are. They're your wives. They're your wives. I call them Astrogon wives, but they're your wives, right? And there's some wives, I would say, I'm not gonna mention names, but there's some wives that are here that are actually famous and they are with me. And they might look like something, but in a spiritual way, they are something else. Part of the carbon spectrum, basically. So I'll see you guys later. Be safe. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Again, if you're new. And I know I should have shut this video a long time ago, but I just want to talk a little bit more. Just to get anything out of my chest at the end. So I'll see you guys. Take care. And be prepared. Get ready. And make sure that no one doesn't fuck